But LeBron and his team are brilliant at creating injury excuses. Nobody in the history of sports has ever been more clever and deceitful in faking and creating and exaggerating injuries than LeBron James and his camp.
Facts.
The brilliant minds around him. This is what's happening, is that LeBron is suffering sciatica of the psyche. The only thing injured in LeBron right now is his pride. That got stepped on by, of all people, the Lakers. I told you this was coming because it was clear to me and a shock to me that as the Lakers were extending Luka and extending open hands to Luka, as in, we'll do everything in our power to make you happy as the new face of this franchise. He F-U'd the Lakers. He said, F you because you are F-Uing me.
Skip Bayless goes off on LeBron James' fake injury. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
I told you this was coming. LeBron James isn't hurting. He's pouting. He's rebelling. He's going little kid on the Los Angeles Lakers for the way they have treated or mistreated him, in his view. He's saying, okay, if Luke is the man, if I'm not in your plans, then I'm basically going to take my basketball and go home.
And I think that's what it is ultimately, because how long has he been having this nerve issue? We knew about the glute injury, but all of a sudden now it's some type of nerve thing that's some real doctor-like stuff. I'm not a medical professional, but this seems serious. But at the same time, if he knew about it for a long time, why announce it a week and a half before the NBA season starts when you're going to face the Warriors on NBC, the long-awaited return of the NBA on NBC, but you're out. You're nowhere to be found. So if you're the Lakers, you already know what's going on with LeBron as far as him being disgruntled, that he's not the main player anymore. He's not Luka Doncic. LeBron James is pissed. He's trying to get even with the Lakers, and he's on the Lakers revenge tour. You don't want to extend me? Give me that contract? All right, cool. Let Luka save the team. Let him lead you to a championship. So he's BSing with the Lakers right now. It's personal. LeBron James is pissed, and this is the way that he's going to get revenge on the Lakers.
So LeBron reportedly is out for first 3 or 4 weeks of the season, call it the first month of the season, because he's suffering sciatica, shooting pains down his leg. We were told just as training camp opened that he had nerve irritation in his glute, and that could translate into the current sciatica. But LeBron and his team are brilliant at creating injury excuses. Nobody in the history of sports has ever been more clever and deceitful in faking and creating and exaggerating injuries than LeBron James and his camp.
Facts.
The brilliant minds around him. See Maverick, see Rich.
Okay, so it looks like the glute injury was the first indication, but either way, how are you just finding out about you having to miss up to 3 to 4 weeks being reevaluated? So if things aren't looking good in 3 or 4 weeks from now, it could be longer for LeBron James. The NBA is banking on these streaming platforms. They got a lot of money, but your face of the NBA, LeBron James, he's playing injured right now, or he's over exaggerating. Let me wait until the last minute to let the team know I'm going to need about 3 or 4 weeks. So LeBron James, I just feel as though he's a fraud. He's capping. He's trolling. We seen the decision part 2. We seen how that went. So everything going on with LeBron James, you kind of got to scratch your head like, is this calculated? Is this really true?
See all of the above. This is what's happening, is that LeBron is suffering sciatica of the psyche. The only thing injured in LeBron right now is his pride. That got stepped on by, of all people, the Lakers. I told you this was coming because it was clear to me and a shock to me that as the Lakers were extending Luka and extending open hands to Luka, as in, we'll do everything in our power to make you happy as the new face of this franchise. Remember, the Laker brass Jeannie, Rob, front office execs, boarded a private charter and flew all the way to Europe to support LeBron through a portion of Eurobasket, the big tournament over there, the off-season tournament from the NBA season. They went to support Luka. They had reportedly a huge dinner with Luka just after the Lakers flamed out in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, the Lakers are showing, Luka, you're our guy for the next 5-10 years, hopefully for the remainder of your career. We got to do everything in our power to let you know how we really feel about you, Luka. You're the guy that's going to lead this franchise for many years to come. So with this whole injury with LeBron, allegedly, it's really a pride and ego thing. Great point by Skip. He feels as though, you know what, if I'm second fiddle, this is Luka's team. We'll let him deal with the wins. Let's see how many wins he can get without me. Let's see you move on without LeBron James, the quote-unquote phony GOAT. This is your opportunity if you're LA. I think that's where LeBron James' mindset is. Like, all right, all my haters out there that want me to lead the Lakers, let's see how good they do for the first 10 or 15 games if he's not out there. So LeBron James getting even with the Lakers. I hope this is a red flag to the management, front office, execs, ownership. Don't offer LeBron James a contract after this season. Let him walk, let him retire, let him move on from the Lakers. You got Luka Doncic. You got some potential. You have a lot of bankroll to sign another all-star caliber player. This is the end for LeBron James in LA.
Just to assure him and his camp that he is the man. They will do everything in their power to support him as they move into a new era of Laker basketball built solely around him, not around LeBron. Obviously, Luka and LeBron respect each other. I think they vibe well on the court off each other. But Rob Pelinka watched what happened against the Minnesota Timberwolves first round. Lakers favored, solid favorites to win the first round. Tied one game all. Game 3 back here in Los Angeles, LeBron's house. LeBron disappeared games 3, 4, and 5, right on schedule. Luka wasn't much better, if any better. Lakers flamed out and lost in a gentleman's sweep, 5 games to the T-Wolves. And Rob Pelinka said, I've seen enough of that LeBron, because he's seen it again and again. He saw it the previous 2 years against Denver, first in the conference finals, swept. Then in the first round of the next year against Denver, gentleman swept.
Yeah, if you're the front office, Rob Pelinka, it's one thing if LeBron James is balling out, doing his thing in the playoffs, but if he's going to play below his season averages, just below everything when it comes to the playoffs and LeBron, his central nervous system goes off when he knows there's a lot on the line. He can't really come up big in the playoffs. So there's one thing, you got to low manage, deal with all the BS during the regular season, but it's not even paying off in the playoffs where it really matters the most. So again, if you're Rob Pelinka, you've seen enough with LeBron, with his antics during the season, before the season and after the season, and then his play less than average in the playoffs. It's time to move on from LeBron. They know it, the world knows it, and LeBron knows it. That's why he's faking injuries and trying to get even with the Lakers.
And Rob said that's enough. He's 40. He's washed, to use LeBron's favorite word. And they threw their arms around Luka in ways that shocked me, because LeBron wanted to get extended another couple of years so it could be his call whether to say goodnight to basketball as a Laker. It would be his call with 2 more years on his deal to vibe off Luka, see if they could win themselves a chip this year, maybe 1 more year, and then LeBron could make the call as to to launch the LeBron Over America farewell tour. LeBron wanted that, and frankly, deserves it. No one would be more in his glory as the bogus king, the phony GOAT, than LeBron bleeping James.
Yeah, I guess, farewell tour. He did a lot for the NBA, made a lot of money. Good business move for him to make that announcement, which we all thought he was making that announcement on the 7th, but it was a Henny ad. So again, a lot of millions on the line, a lot of money, sponsorship, brand deal. So he did what he had to do, but he's a troll, con artist, corny. Decision Part 2 was a bad look. Just a corny look, but no surprises with LeBron. He's going to do everything in his power to get $1, and that's what he had to do, make himself look like a fool and to honor that contract that he has with Henny. So just as far as LeBron, LA, no extension. He had to know that that wasn't going to happen. There's already rumors before the season what's going to happen with the Lakers. Then moving on, seeing what they're going to do. And once they landed Luka, LeBron knew that his time in LA is officially over. So you know what? I'm going to be out for the first 3 to 4 weeks of the season. We'll reevaluate and see how it goes. Maybe I'll take an extended break just to make sure I'm 100%. I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron pushes this injury in his return until Christmas time. LeBron, he does these type of things. He likes to cap, he likes to troll, and he likes to be in power, and he's trying to get as much power as he can back from the Lakers as possible.
You could see what would happen. They forced his hand, and they wanted him to do it right here, right now. As training camp opened, they wanted LeBron to make an announcement. That's why we all thought this second decision was the big announcement, that this will be his last year. Because if you do it now, then you get to go to every city in a row. The last game you play in every NBA city, you get feted, you get worshipped, you get honored, you get parties thrown for you in city after city after city. You get showered with gifts in each city. Maybe it's gag gifts like rocking chairs, but you get gifts. I watched Dr. J do it back in the day, and it was great because LeBron certainly has earned that as the NBA's all-time leading scorer. And the Lakers just said, okay, if you want that, you have to do it now. And LeBron said, screw you.
Yeah, the Lakers put LeBron James in a box. Now you're going to have to make a different type of decision. Do you want to retire as a Laker, or do you want to move on after the season? He's letting the Lakers know, you know what? I can maybe play a little bit after this, so I'm not going to retire. I'm going to act like I'm going to retire, cause this whole little media storm, and promote a drink. So LeBron James, he did what he did as a troll, as a capper, corny goat, a phony goat. He's not retiring. He doesn't want to leave the NBA like this, and he has some moves to make after this season. He's definitely going to be on another team. The Lakers will not re-sign LeBron James after this season. They can't. They got to move on from LeBron. This is Luka's team. And you know what? While you're at it, LA, go ahead and cut Bronny too. You don't need to be paying Bronny any more millions. See if you can trade him for a box of cookies or something. I'm sure he has some type of trade value, but you already drafted Bronny for LeBron, so there's no need to keep Bronny once LeBron James leaves LA.
I'd use another word, but I try to keep it clean. But you know what word? That's what he F-U'd the Lakers. He said, F you because you are F-U'ing me. The Lakers have played the off-court game with LeBron James masterfully. They have backed him into a corner out of which he cannot fight. I've told you again and again, this is the first big off-the-court game LeBron has lost because they know, and I know, and you know, that LeBron wanted to retire a Laker. He wants to stay in LA because he is born for a second career in Hollywood. He's already up and running in a second career in Hollywood. He and Savannah and the kids are building their forever home up in the Hollywood Hills, not too far from where I speak. LeBron's got another home in Brentwood. It's just beautiful. I'm a member at Brentwood Country Club. I know the neighborhood. I know where LeBron's house is. It is spectacular. He does not want to have to in season, sort of off season. He doesn't want to have to spend 6 months in Cleveland, Ohio. He knows what those winters are like.
Yeah, of course LeBron wanted to retire as a Laker, and he still can. He can go ahead and announce it now and put out a real official statement like, you know what, I'm stepping away from the NBA, retiring after this season. Make that real announcement because it's not going to happen with a contract extension with the Lakers. So he still can do that and, let teams know in advance, hey, this is going to be my last time showing up. I don't think I'm coming back. This is my retirement tour. So it's not too late for LeBron. He already burnt that bridge in LA. Rob Pelinka finally standing on business, standing up to the big bad bully, LeBron James, and letting him know in the front office and ownership group, the new ownership group, we're not playing these games anymore. We already played the game, drafting Bronny, trading away our young future for AD and Russell Westbrook. You got your way for about 8 years, and it's over. This is Luka's team now, and it's time for LeBron James to go. He's no longer welcomed in LA.